Super. All right. We've got the two different cameras because we're live in the event and we are live on the channel. Hey guys. Salut. We're talking about sleep, stress, and emotions today. And I got some of my favorite things that really help with those challenges that we may have. I always like choosing natural first. And when I've exhausted all my natural solutions, then and only then do I go to something that's more pharmaceutical. And usually I don't have to because we have lots of great tools and nature provides such amazing tools for us and remedies. And so, for those of you who are new, if you've never seen me or if you're new to my channel, my name is Dr. Isabel, and I am a holistic chiropractor. And I've been working in natural health for about 25 years now. And I'm learning every day. I keep on learning. And I love a slow life. I love slow food. I like cooking everything from scratch as much as possible, reducing the toxic load that I'm taking into my body. I love the meditative state that I can get into when I'm cooking, when I'm gardening. And I really believe that going back to some of the old ways is really a great way for us to keep our stress down, but also a great way to stay healthy and live a long life. So, today we're talking about sleep, and we're going to talk about each section separately, but they are all connected. So my favorite things for sleep are, first of all, making sure the room is nice and cool, because when a room is too warm, it's more difficult to sleep. So make sure that you bring the temperature down in your room, because it's going to be so much nicer, and it's our bodies are happier when they're cool, especially if we want to rest. So that's the first thing. You can have a nice warm blanket. I like my nice big duvet, but I like the air to be crisp and cool. And this time of year here, sweater weather, right? Um, has been great because we open the windows at night. We have a nice fresh air, and then we get to have a good night's sleep. Some of the things that I love doing, which if you've been following me for a while, is I love working with plant-based products. The strongest products you can get from plants are the essential oils. So the essential oils that we can go get from the plants, they can be extracted different ways. It depends on the plant. So you can have roots that are used for different things. I'm thinking of vetiver root, for example, which is an oil that we go get from the vetiver plant, but from the roots. And so we're going to extract from the roots. We can extract from the twigs. We can extract from the leaves. We can extract from the flowers. And so depending on the plant, it will go in different parts of the plant to get the most potent botanicals from the plant. Every plant and every kind of category of plant is going to help you with different things. I like to look at it big picture. We've got plants that help with grounding. We have plants that help with your mood and mental health. We have plants that are very, really, really potent at killing germs. We have plants that are great for purifying the air, for example, or extracts. We have some that are really great to help your cells renew themselves and to be much more like healthy cells. We know our cells, they divide, right? So they don't reproduce, they divide. So if you got a sick cell, then it cuts in half. Now you've got two sick cells. So you want to make sure your cells are staying as healthy as possible. And we do have plants that really help with that. So they can help in a preventative way and they can help in a healing way. Plants have been used for thousands of years, right? So we know that it's been around for a long time. And now the nice thing about it is we have science to support what we've known for a very long time. Why does lavender help us relax? Now we have the science and the research to show us why. Okay. So speaking of lavender, lavender is an oil that I love, is a plant that I really love using to help reduce stress. It calms everything down. It calms your nerves, it calms your spirit. It also calms angry skin if you've got a burn or a cut or something. And so lavender is going to be a great one. You can use it in the diffuser. So I love diffusing oils, especially when it's to help with sleep, some help with stress, and help with your mental health, with your mood. Breathing it in is going to be one of the best ways to help you with that. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys my top tricks for sleep today. And you can go ahead, if you're not in our live, which is the live that was scheduled, go ahead and go find that live, because right now I think I'm live in two different places. I did put a link in there with some tips that I have a little document for you guys, so you can go review everything after. So a diffuser is great. You can get a diffuser now anywhere. We have a couple of good ones with the company that I love getting all of my oil stuff from, and the link for that is in my bio. It's also on my website if you visit my website. And if ever you have questions and you're not sure or have very specific health issues, hi guys, we can get together. We can get together online. We can sit down together and see, okay, what does Johnny need for this issue? And I'll give you my recommendations and help you go in the right direction. So lavender is a big one. Lavender is going to be great for all sleep, stress, and for your mental health, for your mood. It's calming. We've known that for a long time. It helps with, people who've been putting little bags of dried vanilla, oh my goodness, lavender under their pillow. We now know, and this is across countries, across continents, right? People have used this trick for a very long time. So lavender, I like using in the dried form. I like having some fresh or dried lavender. And I also like having it in the essential oil form, and I put it in the diffuser in our bedroom, and it just helps everybody relax. The other one is a blend that I like using. And it's a blend that is based with some lavender, but it also has chamomile in it. It also has marjoram in it, different oils that are all calming. And this one is called Serenity. I love this blend. It's a really yummy blend. It smells so delicious. And I love this in the diffuser. You can also get it in a roll-on, which is nice. So it's a nice way to use your essential oils. And it also comes in, let me reach for my things here because they're not in my, here we go. Serenity soft gels. These are a game changer. All right. So when you combine all that together, this is a restful complex soft gels, all natural. Lots of research and studies done with this system. You can do them together. You can do the oil and the soft gels together before bed. And we know that it really helps people have a better night's sleep. They will wake up less and they will sleep better. So if you're having issues with sleep, those are some of the medicinal plant tips that I would give you. The other thing that I recommend is some ashwagandha. If you haven't discovered ashwagandha yet, it is a great supplement that you can take that helps you with stress. It helps with anxiety. It helps you with sleep. It doesn't make you drowsy or anything, but I like taking it at night, and it just everything combined, I have a much better night's sleep. Years ago, I was struggling with some sleep issues, and once I started integrating these things into my routine, my bedtime routine, it was like I sleep now. I sleep if I wake up, it's because I have to go to the bathroom, and that's it. So I don't have any insomnia. I don't have any troubles falling asleep, and I don't have any troubles staying asleep. Okay, so ashwagandha, you can find that even at Costco. You can find it at your health food store. Great supplement to take. I love it. All right, let's see what I've got here. So with the sleep, the other thing that I like taking is a warm glass of water or a mug of water with some of this calm. This is available in Canada, the US. I don't know how, I've never looked in Europe if it's available. I'm not sure. However, calm is something you can buy online. They have different flavors. It is a magnesium powder that you dilute in any water, cold water, hot water. Um, and it just has a fruity flavor. This one is a cherry flavor that I have here. I put 1 little teaspoon in a mug of hot water and it kind of fizzes up. And then I just mix it up and I sip that in the evening before going to bed. The nice thing about this is magnesium. I think many people are magnesium deficient. Magnesium is one of many minerals that we need and we do not have enough of. We need to be, I think, taking more Epsom salt baths, which will have some magnesium in there as well. But if you can, if you live by the sea, by the ocean, go dip your feet in the sea, go dip your feet in the ocean. If you can swim in it as much as possible, as much as you can during the year, go and absorb all those amazing minerals into your body. They're very healing and they change so many things. Your muscles, your cells, they all need these minerals. So this is one of them, but it's one that's involved in so many things in our body, in our muscles. Our heart is a muscle, right? So we need it for a healthy heart. We need it for our bones. We need it for our brains. And so magnesium is going to be a great supplement to take. This one is easy. You just it's a powdered form, just put in your hot water, sip that at night. And it also helps you calm down and relax, and you get a better night's sleep. So it's going to be amazing for that. It's going to also help if you get cramps. So if you get muscle cramps, this is going to be a nice supplement to add. It could be because you're deficient in some of these minerals. Okay, so those are some of my favorite little things when it comes to natural tools to help with my sleep. All right. Now, if you are perimenopausal or menopausal, you may have some hormones that are being a little, they're causing you some little issues. Then you may want to maybe visit your naturopath, see what the different solutions can be to help you support your hormones. There's a supplement that I love that is like a phytoestrogen. If you want to know more about it, we can sit down together and see if it's the right thing for you. There's many natural solutions to help balance your hormones. So that's for another day. That's a different topic, and we're going to be having different guests on this channel with me at different times to discuss these things. Because you could do acupuncture, you can do Chinese medicine. There's so many different things you can do to help balance your hormones. All right, let's talk about stress, because stress is, I think most people have stress of some kind in their life, right? And we want to have control. We want to manage our stress. We want to be able to adapt to life so that the stress does not affect us as much as it can. And so one of those things is getting some good sleep. So the better night's sleep you have, the better you'll be able to manage your stress. So, step one for step two. And also, when we're faced with stress and if we're tired, it's going to make it seem even worse. The stress seems even more like a bigger burden. So, we want to make sure that we are sleeping well and getting that rest so that we can face the day, face whatever is coming our way. Some of the things that I like using if I am faced with a stressful situation, um, I do make sure that I have some of my basic oils with me. I do reach for certain oils when I'm feeling stressed. There is a blend that I love using called Balance, and it has a lot of tree oil. So when you think of a tree is rooted, right? It's really grounded. It's really solid. No matter what comes at it, most of the time, the tree is going to stay there. So you want to reach for any kind of plants or oils, aromatics that are coming from roots or trees. That's going to be super grounding for you. And so you can look at, your cypress trees. You can look at all the fir trees. You can look at arbor vitae is a great one too. And then the balance oil blend that I like using is one that involves a lot of different oils, and it's really, really grounding. So if you're feeling frazzled, I put a little bit of balance on, and it smells amazing, and it helps my cells kind of withstand any kind of stress that could be coming our way. Another great oil that I love using is a wild orange. So, wild orange is in the citrus family. All the citrus oils, we're going to talk about this in a little bit. Citrus oils are great for your mood and mental health. So, your oranges, your lemon, your lime, your bergamot, your clementine, tangerine, all those oils, all the citrusy oils are really, really good for your mood and mental health. So you want to grab any of those if you're feeling stressed or if you're feeling down or low, and just breathe that in. So again, you can just breathe it in. You can put it in your hands. You can put a drop like this in your hands. And if ever you want a sample, just let me know and we'll make sure you get some samples. You just rub your hands together, take a nice deep breath, and what happens is the aromatic molecules from the oils go straight to your brain, and they start working on the chemistry that's in your brain, and it's amazing. It smells good. We know how different smells can affect us, right? You don't need to you can even just look at somebody and you'll start feeling a certain way, right? If somebody looks at you the wrong way, internally you can have so many different changes. You can feel bad, you can feel great, you can feel insecure, you can feel scared. The oils affect you on the cellular level as well. So through your nose, right to your brain, those aromatic molecules, those compounds start having a positive effect on your brain. So it's a really great way to kind of do a quick reset. One thing that I really love doing when I'm feeling stressed is giving myself a little bit of a self massage. And so, as a chiropractor, I do a lot of education with my patients, and our neck area is an area that houses so many different nerves that control many, many different things, but they control our blood pressure in this area. It controls how well we sleep. It controls our mood. It controls our balance, how we feel in space and how we're standing, and if we have good balance or not. It can affect our vision. It affects so many things, right? So we want to make sure that everything up here is properly aligned. Now, that you'll need to go see a chiropractor. So find a good chiropractor in your area and make sure that your nervous system is well adjusted, because that is a very important component in staying well adjusted, both physically but also literally in the world. Okay. But simply doing a little bit of self massage calms down your nerves and helps you with your breath, because we need to sometimes focus on our breath. We stop breathing properly, we hold our breath, we have shallow breathing. And so we want to make sure that we are resetting and we're giving ourselves a little bit of self love, a little self massage. So that's a great way to help us calm down when we are stressed. Another great oil, my other favorite go to for stress, but it's good for so many different things. So it's a really good basic to have, is peppermint. Peppermint is an oil that is, I like to compare it to like a bucket of cold water. So it cools you off, it freshens you up. It's great if you need to like snap out of it, or if somebody you know needs to snap out of it. You can even take this one internally. So I like taking a drop under my tongue or on my tongue, and then I take a couple of nice deep breaths, and it clears my sinuses, but it also cools you off physically and literally, right? So sometimes we need to cool off. Peppermint is the way to go. I love peppermint for that. Okay. So get some peppermint and put that behind your neck. You can put some on your tongue. You have to make sure, though, that you're getting the right kind of peppermint, because not all essential oils are pure and they're not all labeled safe to take internally. So if you have questions about that, make sure you reach out, send me a message, book a free consultation online. We can talk about that, because they're not all made to take internally. All right. A lot of companies make things like, just like when you're cooking, right? You can buy vanilla, it's real vanilla, and you can buy vanilla that's artificial vanilla. The problem with essential oils is they don't need to tell you if they're artificial or not, unfortunately. And so you have to be very careful which oils you're working with, because you don't want to be taking something. It'll say on the bottle if you can take it internally or not. If it says for external use only, it's not pure, because peppermint you should be able to take internally, same as lavender. All right. So I can help you with that. So that's for our stress. And then we talked about ashwagandha earlier. Ashwagandha is also good for stress management. Okay. Even on the bottle, it says here, helps increase resistance to stress and anxiety. So ashwagandha is amazing. Start taking it daily. All right. Now we are at our section where we want to talk about our mood, our mental health. We touched a little bit about citrus oils earlier, and how citrus oils are going to be your go-to for mood support, to boosting your mood, boosting your mental health. If you're feeling down, use your essential oils. My favorite, and it's very near and dear to my heart, is bergamot, bergamotto. Bergamot is sourced. It grows in a very specific place in the world, and it happens to be where my father's family is from, in Italy. It's a very small region where it grows, and that's it. And we supply the world with bergamot essential oils. It's really, really cool. And so bergamot is a citrus. It kind of looks like a giant lime. It is not one that we really eat. It's bitter, but the smell is amazing. And it's something that's been used for hundreds of years in perfumes. And they have been using it in Italy for lots of medicinal reasons over, hundreds of years. It has a lot of amazing properties. And it's really great to uplift your mood. So you can diffuse it. You can put some in your hands and breathe it in. You just want to be careful with any kind of citrus oil. So oranges, lemon, lime, bergamot, your clementine, mandarin, those are all oils, any citrus oils. They come from the rind of the fruit. So the peel of the fruit, the oils are inside of that. You probably notice when you peel an orange or a lemon, if you squeeze it, there's like a mist of oils. That's the essential oils, okay? The thing is with those, if they're on your skin and you go in the sun, it's going to make the effects of the sun even stronger. So you don't want to get a burn on your skin. So you don't want to put those directly on your skin, especially if you're going to go out in the sun. Okay. You can put it on the palms of your hands, put it in your hair. You can put it on your clothes. You can breathe it in. You can put it in the diffuser, but please do not put any citrus oils on your skin and then go directly in the sun. All right. You got to be very careful with that. So the citrus oils are going to be very uplifting, and we have a lot of different types of oils, and we have a lot of different blends. So we have blends that are going to be very specific. And for example, if you look at every oil individually, They all address a very specific emotion. Today, since we're talking about bergamot, let's talk about how bergamot can affect your mood and your emotions. This oil has is called the oil of self-acceptance. And so it's really good for feelings of despair. It's great for self-judgment. And it's great if you have low self-esteem. So it gets really, really specific. The energy of that plant can get very, very specific on how it helps you and how it helps your mood and your mental health. It's I'm reading from a really great book right now, which is called Essential Emotions. I love this book. I refer to it all the time to get very specific to help my patients. If they're going through something really specific, like I have this feeling, I'm like, okay, let's see what kind of natural solutions we can help you with. And so the bergamot is going to help you um, when you're feeling down and if you're feeling hopeless. It awakens the soul to hope and offers courage to share the inner self. It gives you optimism. It helps you get more optimism, be more optimistic. It helps you to let go of self judgment, and it helps you to learn to love yourself unconditionally. It's really, really cool. So, the positive properties emotionally with this specific citrus oil, for example, is self acceptance, optimistic, confident, hopeful, lovable, and that you are good enough. It's a great oil to have. I love it. And so every oil can get can target specific emotions. So if that's something that you would like to look at together, you can definitely do that. We can book an online session together. There's no cost. And we can go through, okay, what's going on? It could be physical issues, it could be emotional issues, and we can look at how can we support you naturally to help you with those challenges, right? So that is what we're going to cover today. I hope that gave you some insight on all the options. You've got so many options before reaching for something that has severe side effects, something that you may not want to be creating an addiction with, because we know that especially when it comes to these types of health issues, we have to be very careful when we are looking at pharmaceuticals, right? There's a place for these and there's a time for these. But before, it's always good to try and look at the natural options first. I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, reach out. My website link is on our bio, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, guys.